Hey everybody, welcome back to Shorty Car Mods, brought to you by our sponsor, the like button. Make sure you click on it down below the video to find out about great deals on stuff in your area. We begin with number 19. We vibing with the grocery list? I don't know if I've seen it on this subreddit or another subreddit, or in person, maybe, but I don't think this is a Shorty Car Mod. I think it's funny. It's like satirical. Instead of Pirelli, you have pepper. Instead of Ram, you have ham. Instead of, I'm blanking. Am I a real car enthusiast? I'm not sure. Instead of BMW M, you have BMW Milk. I should actually take the M badge on my M2 and replace it with milk. That would be kind of funny, actually. Maybe I'd make it onto the subreddit. Oh, that would be a lifelong dream accomplished. I want to be on here. Stole this and ran here. Okay, you know what? This actually brings up a valid question that I've had for a while, which is, okay, on mid-engine cars like the McLarens and the Ferraris, 458, 430, MP412C, 650S, etc., you have the glass that lets you see into the engine bay. Ford GT as well, obviously. Why isn't that ever a thing on front-engine cars? You never, other than if you have like a gigantic supercharger sticking out of the hood, it never really happens. You don't get to see any of the internal components. There are some front-engine cars that have a nice looking engine bay on them, but you don't get to see it. Why is that? Why is that never caught on? Is there something about like the way that the heat is dispersed in the mid-engine versus the front engine that you can't do it in a front engine? It'll mess up, or it's just not the aesthetic? It looks weird to have it on the front, but the back is okay? I don't know. This person was like, I don't know why that is, and I'm gonna take matters into my own hand, and quite frankly, I respect that. Also, they added an actuator so it can open up, because why not do that too? Makes perfect sense. More power to you. This, I mean, yeah, the classic camber and slamber. There you go, very drivable, good for track days, definitely keeps you, it keeps you with a really solid contact patch if you're trying to take some good, nice corners on the track. You know, if you happen to, try to take the racing line and hit the curb at all on the track, you lose some body panels. It's an extra weight that's just, you lose, and then you can start going faster because you have that weight reduction. And who needs contact patch when you can have less of it? That's how you go fast. Less drag, more tire in contact with the road means like more friction. You don't want that, dude. The thinner the tire, the better. Do SUVs get worms like dogs? Why is this becoming more and more of a thing? Also, like your tire it's rubbing on your body panels. It's like, do you just hear squeak perpetually as you're driving and you're okay with this? Have you ever checked your tire and you just have like a valley where it's been eroded by the body panels? Or wait, what wins? Do the body panels win or does the tire win? Or they both kind of get eroded a little bit until eventually they reach equilibrium, and then every time you go over a bump, it just hits. Also, the biggest problem is I, as the low car in front of you, am not visible, and you're just going to drive into me. Please don't do that. A special edition Lamborghini model showed up at a local car dealership. The kind of bummer thing about this is that it's actually a reasonably cool car on its own. Like, without needing to rebadge it into a Lambo. Like, I get like a Pontiac Fiero kit that turns it into something else that looks like a supercar, but you don't really need to do that here. It just seems unnecessary. Like, it's not a body kit that actually makes it look like a Lamborghini. You're just changing the badge. You're not, okay, I don't know. Why do that? Why bother? It just doesn't seem necessary, but, whatever works. Who thought this was a good idea? Ugh, why? Oh my God, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I'm sure that I think they're Siamese cats, the bald ones. Is that right? I'm sure that they're nice and lovable, but it's not fair for me as a human who is essentially a naked mole rat, right? Like, I do not have hair covering the entirety of my body, although I do have more than the average person, so there is that. But like, who am I to judge another animal that also has, it's just, not hair covering the entire body? It's not fair. And I'm willing to acknowledge the hypocrisy there, but it still makes me uncomfy. Maybe it's the wrinkliness of the whole thing. But then you take that and you like put it on your car. And also with the ears. Why the ears? What are the, wow, why'd you do that? Like, it was creepy enough as is, and then you just put that up there for some reason. Can you go on the freeway? It just seems like it's gonna blow away, and then somebody's gonna get impaled by cat ear. God, what a way to go. For all them blind spots. I don't think anyone does this because they want to like look cool. This was done out of necessity of some sort. I mean, honestly, I feel like having your rear view emulate what it would be like to be a housefly would make it worse. But I've never driven a truck, so I can't comment on it. And if this makes the guy safer, then great. Do it. I'm not complaining. If it makes me less likely to get a lane changed into by a large truck, you do whatever you want to do. It just seems like it would make it very confusing. Like, which car? Is that the car that's like near me, or is that car like hundreds of yards back, or is it like in front of me somehow? Like, because of the why? I don't know. I can't figure out. It just, is this what it's like to be an insect? Here we go. I call your Oscar Mayer Wienermobile and raise you one Monarchy Muffler Mobile. Does that thing just have like the craziest exhaust? You know, the irony would be if it was straight piped. That would, all right, that doesn't look great on the inside. Like, okay, I'm gonna assume that this is not an official Monarchy project, and that maybe someone just big enthusiast of Monarchy mufflers really like them. They're like, I'll make my car into one, and it definitely won't be a safety hazard. I'm just like looking at this, and just, it's a thin piece of like sheet metal that could just probably like detach itself from the rest of the car and just like, probably can't happen, but it doesn't stop me from thinking that it could and make me uncomfortable if it just like, ooh, yeah, that wouldn't be, you should straight pipe it. This is a joke that like nobody probably cares, but it'd be funny if it, okay, anyway, sorry, it's just whatever. This is special. Sorry for leak. Having a bad day? Here. Oh my god. The fact that people actually like, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd feel too bad. Even though you're telling me literally go ahead and key your car, I just don't think I'd be able to bring myself to do it. But obviously a lot of people just go ahead and they're like, you know what, I have been having a bad day. I'm gonna take it out on this car. You know what? I bet some of the people who keyed that, they weren't even having a bad day. And that is just dishonorable, okay? You can only do that if you're having a bad day. And then we got the plywood supercharger. Heck yeah. We got the, heck yeah, tire lettering. It's good, it's good. Good old, yeah, dude, we like that plywood wing in the back that also kind of looks like cinder blocks at the same time. Handwritten WRX STI, pretty sick. They've gone all in. Does it, I can't tell if it's like sealed up in the front or if it actually like lets air into the front, but like, did you take matters into your own hand? Can we see the engine? If we can see the engine, then heck yeah. We need more front engine cars with engine windows. Give it to me. Friend caught this across from his house. Waste of a perfectly good CL500. What the heck? Is the wing backwards? I can't tell. Maybe I just don't know cars, but the wing looks backwards. I mean, usually the wing, but also the way the mounting, is the mount supposed to be that way, but then they, like, when they secured the wing to the mount, they did it backwards? Maybe they just think the car, like, it already has too much weight on the rear, and the goal is to actually provide lift so that the front has more grip, but it is a rear-wheel drive car. You know, I'm actually astounded by how cheap you can get these, though. For a car that was, like, over $100,000 new, I'm pretty sure when it came out, like, you can get these like 10 grand or less. Actually, maybe not now. Maybe that was like a year ago before things just went crazy in the used car market. But like, there was a time you could get one of these for like 10 grand. And it's a mega luxury car. And that's crazy, that depreciation. Now it's probably $100,000 again, because what even is the car market these days? But anyway. Found at a Menards. I mean, is it an amphibious vehicle? Because if it is, it's pretty cool. Honestly, I don't care how dorky it looks. If you could take your car and you can drive it down the boat launch and then drive it around in the water, kind of cool. I don't actually know if it has an engine out the back, but if that actually worked, don't think it does because it doesn't look very watertight in there, it would be pretty freaking cool. So don't laugh until you know whether or not it can actually go in the water. All right, because if it can go in the water, it's cool, even though it probably can't. There's a club for everyone. Slammed Shortbox Social Club. It's purple and green. Why did they do this? Why did they make it the Thanos car? Oh God, why have they done this? It's like, I don't even mind what they've done with the rest of the car. Not my taste, probably doesn't drive very well. Scrapes on everything. But why'd you make it purple and green? It's just not a good color combo. Doesn't work very well. I'm sorry, but there's just no world in which purple and green as the main thematic colors of the vehicle work. Just, you could have it be Ferrari 458, which I think is just one of the most nice supercars ever. You purple and green it? Nope. Just a no. I spotted this in my town, not sure what to say. Are those wall hangers? I think they are. I think they're just like, the adhesive thing you put on your wall and then you put your key on it. And then sometimes they might lose their keys sometimes, okay? Can you really judge them? What if this is where they keep the keys to things? Nice, safe, and secure on the outside of their car. The perfect place to put them. You're probably going to be driving down the road and those things are just going to be flying off in front of you because it's raining. And those probably aren't meant for, like, wet environments outdoors. But hey, last one standing wins. Nice wheels, though. I actually like the wheels. I don't know if they're aftermarket or not. They probably are, but it's nice wheels. You had to have some yin with that yang, I guess. I'm just reminding you that if someone posts something awesome, don't upvote it. The awesome cars that get posted get thousands of upvotes, so very little shorty stuff gets posted anymore. Please try to turn this back into shorty car mods, because it should be called car mods at this point. I'm actually kind of with them on this. I say this is actually kind of cool way too often. I don't have reactions like this nearly enough where I'm just like, excuse me, you did what? No, it'll be like you're embracing that it's a kind of an old rundown car, and that's fine. I agree. I actually agree. We need less self-aware, and we need more people who did it, like thinking it's cool. They still think it's cool, but it's actually really not. Like this. This will never be a good idea. Even if you think it looks cool, you are going to drive into another car. You cannot see the road. Stop doing this. I saw the forking sun at a gas station. 19 light bars and a bunch of small ones. Are they like ghost busting or something? Like if you shine enough light, eventually you will be able to see the ghost? Really, the only thing that has stopped all the ghost hunters from getting ghosts captured plainly on video is just not enough lights. Also, they're going to houses. The ghosts are in the wilderness or in the middle of the roads. Ghosts love to cross the road. They play chicken with the cars because there's really no consequence if they get hit. But if you just blind them enough, they'll freeze. And you can get a good photo of them. It's great. So here's my cousin. I get that it's kind of funny and all, but I just would be a little bit too self-conscious to actually do it. I just feel like people would look at me and be like, yeah, I'm not with him. Hey, John, you want to go for a drive this weekend? I just got some new tire lettering. Oh, what's it say? Send nudes. Oh, it just so happens I'm busy. I can't go for a drive this weekend. Sorry, but I hope you have a good one. Also, I'm busy like all the next weekend. Is crazy how my schedule is. Tesla Cedar truck. I'm just a little concerned about this getting into a collision and shattering, splintering everywhere, and it being kind of bad news for everybody. I don't know, even probably pedestrians on the sidewalk, like some splintered panel of wood is just going to go flying at them and it's not going to be good. But also, this might be the closest we ever get to like a Cybertruck being on the road in the hands of like just an everyday person, because I do not believe that the Cybertruck will end up looking like it does when it's actually rolled out to the public. So I guess you've got to get that concept vehicle look somehow, right? Unless it does. But I don't think it looks good. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, the Cybertruck is the coolest thing ever. No. Doesn't look good. Just doesn't. I'm sorry. It's ugly. I get that it looks like futuristic and stuff, but just from a design perspective, it doesn't look good. I said it. Uncanny resemblance. What do you call a flock of them? Is there a word? You've like a gaggle of geese, a flock of sheep, a short of lifted trucks. What did they just like go out for drives, like drive over other cars that they can't see in front of them? They just leave a flattened heap of metal scrap in their wake as they parade down the road. They always wonder why the roads they're going over are so uneven. They can't figure it out, yet they keep on trucking. They're like, man, the city really needs to work on all these potholes. They're like inverse potholes that they go up, and I can't figure out why. Nobody else is complaining about this. Why don't they? No one else has sort of road standards that we have. Oh God, how many people get rear-ended every time they go out? It just makes me concerned. Also Flamingo. Anyway, that's it for the last month of Shorty Car Mods. Make sure to like. If you liked, subscribe, turn on notifications, hit the bell so you get every video ever, and playlist for more Shorty Car Mods, or you just like click the end screen wherever to watch the last one. Okay, cool. That's it. I'll see you next time.